One of the reasons that we feel back pain and muscle spasms is because the deep back muscles are overreacting in a defense mechanism. So when we're recovering from back injury, or we're trying to prevent back injury, what we have to do is we have to first learn how to fire up and engage those deep back muscles, but also we need to train them not to over engage and create that sharp, sudden pain and spasm that people typically experience when they're having back pain. So we want to start sitting first of all, and now it's really important the height of your chair. If your hips are lower than your knees, it's going to create this position here. Now, this is typically the position we find ourselves sat in when we're in the car or we're sat in a chair. So we don't want to do that, because otherwise when we come to this exercise, we'll round at the spine instead, because there'll be very little movement left in the pelvis. So we want to roll that pelvis upright and straighten up and stack the spine. Now, a good analogy that I use here is your pelvis being like a bowl of water. We want to start from a position where there's nothing spilling out the back of the bowl. So if the pelvis is tipped back, you're going to lose water at the back of the bowl. So we want it nice and upright. So we're on the very, very bottom of the sitting bones, and our hips are either level with our knees or ideally, to begin with, slightly higher. So you could put a cushion or something under one of your regular dining room chairs or something. We want to engage the back muscles first. If we're in this position, what happens is we're engaged in the front and we are overstretched in the back. And so we want to lift that chest nice and slowly. Keep lifting that chest, lifting through the crown of the head until you feel that little bit of energy in those back muscles. And then we're just going to hug into the tummy gently and into the waist. And I tend to say it's like turning on the car engine but not putting it in gear and applying the revs. We just want those muscles just switched on. Same in the back. We want to keep the shoulders in line with your torso. At no point when we do these exercises are you going to allow the shoulders to creep forward, because when the shoulders creep forward, when that happens, immediately the spine starts rounding and the head starts coming forward. So we want to keep the chest lifted and keep the shoulders in line with your torso. Keep length in the back of the neck. We don't want the head to tip back. It's very important to remember that your neck is part of your spine as well. We're going to hinge at the hip. Hug the shoulders back gently, and we're just slowly going to come forward. Now, moving slowly is very, very important, because we need to take that moment to feel the point where those back muscles switch on. So for me, it's here. It might be here for you. It might be here for you. This is why we're moving slowly. You can even close your eyes and you feel that moment of connection with the muscles just closest to the spine switch on. And we're going to hold it there. Now, how long we hold it depends on you. So for me, that might be 30 seconds where I can sustain this position. But if you're just beginning with this exercise, 10 seconds might be enough. You want to hold this position where the muscles are comfortably active. We don't want to take it to that point where those muscles start to get overexcited and start to tighten, go into a panic and create that spasm. And then we're going to bring it back up where we're sat on the very bottom of the sitting bones, and that spine is still nice and tall. So let's run through that again. Shoulders back, chest lifted, feel the muscles switched on, and then slowly think about tipping water out the front of the bowl. You'll feel yourself come onto the front of your sitting bones. Keep that back flat, keep those shoulders back, keep that neck neutral. And we're going to hold. Let's just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, take a breath in. On your out breath, bring it back upright. So these exercises aren't very complicated and they may not be very exciting. However, they are absolutely necessary for building the foundation of a strong back and a back that is not going to sustain reoccurring muscle spasms, pain, and injury. Now, the aim is to desensitize that muscle. So once you've been doing those for a couple of weeks and you've built up the time and you've built up the range of movement, because you can build it up by coming forward more, we can add a bit of our own body weight to that. And we can do that by bringing the hands a little bit higher, coming forward. So pelvic floor, tummy, back muscles engaged first. This is an important thing to remember. We don't want to feel the back muscles engage once we start moving. We want to lift the chest, they're engaged first, and keeping those shoulders back, hinging forward. And you're going to hold for your length of time. Breathing normally, feeling those back muscles, really feeling and developing that awareness. When you've held this long enough for you, breathe out as you come back up. And then the next level, after you've strengthened that for a couple of weeks, we're going to take the arms a little bit further. So you're going to bring the arms overhead. Tummy and waist in, lift the chest, feel your back muscles engage first. Hinging here at your hip, coming forward. And wow, it is not very much. This is not a big movement, but I can really, really feel this firing up in my back muscles. We'll hold it here. And remember, if it starts to over tighten and it starts to over tire, you've gone too far. You need to come back. And then bring it back and just relax those shoulders. Now, the great thing about these exercises is you don't need any equipment and you can do them anywhere that you've got a chair that's high enough. So if you do sit a lot for your job, then you can do this at your desk. Just make sure you hire your chair high enough, sit at the end, and then do those exercises. Now, don't rush through these, okay? This is not a 1 or 2 day program. You might need to, especially if you're recovering from back muscle spasms and back pain, it could take you up to 12 weeks of just building up this part of the program. So save the video, come back, practice those exercises, and let me know how you're getting on with those exercises, and then we'll progress to the next level where we're doing the standing exercises. If you find these exercises are helping, then please do share the link with friends and family, and I will see you in the next video.